Welcome back to Diecast Resurrection. Today we are going to do something with this here primered 1970 Chevelle. And this one was sent in by my man Dougie J, who's the guy who has sent in all these 132 scales, including this one, Tuna. No crust. So today I wanted to dress this thing up, do a little bit of work on it, make it fancy. We're going to color match their torque thrusts to primer gray. We aren't going to use those wheels. I got some big boots. Bloop bloop. And put these big boots in there. Gleek, 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 gleek. Anyways, we're going to be doing some fancy painting today. First things first, I guess we'll just start stripping her down. I was surprised, I thought there would be way more custom Chevelles. Get the impression that everyone loves that factory look so much that they never stray. Oh nice, the buckets are removable. Pimp, that's for easy painting. Gotta love easy access. Gleek, 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 gleek. Alright, Chevelle. What color is this gonna be? Deja vu. I've done a bunch of 164 scale 1970 Chevelles, but I believe this is our first 132 scale. That's a pretty decent interior, actually. Are they supposed to be pedals? Pretty short legs, man, if that's a pedal. Weird. Keep those safe, Brian. Okay, so I wouldn't mind doing a full interior with this as well. By full interior, I mean to the best of my current abilities. Here's our Chevelle. So I think I'm going to ditch these hood pins. I think hood pins make a lot of sense on race cars. But I think this Chevelle is going to be extra classy this time. I'm going to make it real nice. Alright, hood pins deleted. Very nice. Okay, I don't really see too much else wrong with this thing. Sweet. I think it's Scotch-Brite time. I'm gonna get this Chevelle looking as good as it can be. Should be able to make these work. We'll just have to trim this axle a little bit. Narrow up this rear end, I'm gonna take off about a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna just zip off the end of this here with the Dremel. Clink, 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 clink. See how she's gonna look. I think that looks good, man. I like it. So we'll leave that as it is.
Poison green over metallic charcoal.
Oh damn, that's a cool color. Poison green over metallic charcoal. Metallic, charcoal, viola. We are familiar with this color. Poison green. Where's my poison green? You guys saw the footage. Poison green over metallic charcoal looks badass. So I think we're gonna do that. And then I'll probably clear coat. And then I'm thinking we'll do some white stripes. I think that's going to be real sweet, so let's try it out. I'm going to leave a link to that Createx video right at the top of the description, so anyone else who has these candy paints or wants to get into doing these candy paints, use that guide. You can see all the results immediately, and that's my resource, my new go-to for doing paint jobs. I just go watch that video for a bit, figure out what color I want, and then I go and do it. taillight juice. Just drop some in there. It's kind of like making a legit lens. Boop. You're beautiful, man. I'm gonna go put this whole thing, stand included, in the paint oven so these little taillights can cure. So I'll be right back. Here's our car. We got a beautiful poison green candy. I'm getting ready to mask off some lines. We're just gonna let this cool for a little bit as it came straight from the oven. So it's got a chill. Kind of reminds me of the Gran Torino from Gran Torino. That color, right? It's about the same-ish. I think doing some white stripes will probably really set this off. And I don't know about a vinyl top yet. I'm kind of up in the air about it still. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. We'll see how the stripes go. If it needs a little more pizzazz after the stripes, we'll do it. But I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to do a little bit of wet sanding before I do my stripes. Can do a little on the roof. I don't plan on putting stripes on the roof, but I did have a little grain of something in there. Alright, I think that is going to be good enough on the hood for our stripes. Trunk. I think that's going to be good enough as well. Cool. So I'm going to go give this one rinse just to get rid of any of these little gritties that are now on our paint, and we can start masking out our stripes. Pam! I think this color is going to be really beautiful. I can't wait to see it on the rotisserie. I'm going to say it, doing these stripes have probably tested me more than most other projects that I've worked on so far, but we go through it. I think they look pretty decent. We'll see how they look once they're painted, but I probably started over about 5 or 6 times, so you can imagine. That kind of looks like center to me. These little 0.4 vinyls are really easy to break. That was one thing that was frustrating me. You try to give it a little pull to straighten it out and it would just snap. So you got to get a new one, and then it flips over because they're staticky and gets stuck in your beard, and then it gets stuck to your sandwich. So you can see this takes a little bit of time. So I'm going to finish up what I got going on here. I'm going to mask this whole car, and then we're going to go paint our stripes. Okay, so I'll keep my frustrations off camera, and I'll finish taping out this back end. Okay, I'll be right back. These stripes, man, they almost broke me. I don't know if I'm having a bad day or I'm hungry or what, but... Alright, I'm going to go paint these stripes with some wicked colors white. And let's hope everything works out. I'll meet you in the spray booth. Gleek, 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 gleek. The paint went on really good. As you guys saw, I really, what I would call dry spraying. So I never really ever did a wet coat on here. It was all just kind of, you can slowly build up your color with Createx without really worrying too much. I don't know what it is about this car, but I just feel my anxiety creeping up. Alright folks, I'm going to say our stripes are a success. I think they look pretty sharp. Tape lines aren't bad. It turned out pretty good. I want to go get this clear coated so I can just kind of chill a little bit. Pimp. I'll be right back. I got a new batch of clear coat here. I'm going to try to put just half a drop of white in here, and hopefully we can make kind of a cloudy lens solution. So it's oil-based and water-based, but if you mix enough, it will blend. My latest creation is mixing pure Quicksilver with clear coat and spraying it, and you end up with a real cool silver metallic. So anyways, I'm going to fill up these little pockets with this here turn indicator solution. This brush isn't too big. Hard to see, but I got my little lenses in there. My camera died just as soon as I did the little drips. So I'm going to go let this cure in the oven for a little bit longer, and then getting pretty close to doing an assembly, I would think. So I'm going to put a little bit of gloss into our interior in some certain areas to kind of make it look a little bit more vinyl-y, you know, instead of plasticky. You need a little dab of this here Star Bond. Have I told you about Star Bond lately? Save 10% on all your orders from now and until the end of time by using coupon code Jimmy10. Jimmy10. Man, look at that. I realize my carpet doesn't really look like carpet, but I made an effort to try to texture it with the spray gun at least. It's a little bit more shiny than I wanted, even these seats. Next time we'll go for more of a semi-gloss, because this looks like it's latex slippery. Like if it was a sweaty day, you'd just slip right out of there. Just even our door panels are kind of got a two-tone thing going on. Again, I'm going to use semi-gloss next time, so don't at me. Don't at me. I know it's too damn shiny. But at least we got a two-tone door panel, so it's going to look pretty good actually once she's all together. Looking real Chevelle-like. Alright, we're pretty much just waiting on the body, and we could do a quick assembly. Just putting a little bit of a chrome edge on these lenses. Probably won't see it, but might make a difference. Check that out. Glee, 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 glee. It's looking pretty realistic, I think. It's going to be pretty. So, check this out. There's our bumper. Got our little turn indicators. Lenses. Sweet. Look at that. Glee, glee, glee. Wow. Dude, this thing's like, it's going to be beautiful. I'm speechless almost. Just about speechless. Maybe we'll do these little lights first. All of these, I'm going to put a little dab of glue from the back. Everything's looking legit on this thing. Glue, 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 glue. Hell yeah. This thing turned out gorgeous. Let's get it on the rotisserie. So what do you guys think about my 1970 Chevelle improvements? I think it turned out great. I'm loving this thing. This poison green over charcoal of all things, right? Look at it. Gorgeous color. So another big thank you to my man Doug for sending in all these 132 scales. He's keeping the content going for sure, because these are all his cars. Hell yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave a like if you did. I'm not sure what's coming up next. I'll surprise you with something. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.